What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we've got what I'm calling kind of some oddball fragrances. All really good stuff, but not your run-of-the-mill typical stuff that smells like a bunch of other things. Some of them recreate certain things, but not necessarily always stuff you would think you would want to spray on skin to smell like. But these are all, in my opinion, fantastic options to set you apart in your collection from the standard stuff that most people that enjoy fragrances are wearing. So I've got 7 in particular that I want to discuss, and we'll kind of ease into it as we get into the more interesting ones throughout. So stay tuned. Starting with the 2024 designer release from Carolina Herrera that, shout outs to Wine Fat Boy Fragrance. He had sent me a decant randomly to try, and I actually kind of fell in love with the fragrance. It's tropical, but it's different tropical. It is CH Men Birds of Paradise, the men's version. First of all, love the label to this, the gold studded, this kind of faux leather textured wrap with the birds on there. I believe they're technically toucans. They just don't have the multicolored beaks. But, man, love that about it first and foremost. Now, the note breakdown here is like chamomile tea and violet leaf and spruce. There's green notes. And it's going to sound weird when I say this, but I get banana smoothie. There's no banana notes. No plantain note or anything like that. But I get this creamy banana smoothie. And it... visually, I get the laying on a hammock by the beach kind of thing. That's the feel. That's the vibe. That's the set scene when I smell this. It's a relaxing, laid-back, casual summer's day fragrance. That's how I view it. And it's on the creamier side of things. It's not necessarily when you read the note breakdown and see the main accords on paper, it doesn't seem like it really fits all of the things that I'm saying. But to me, that's how it comes across. It's oddball, but nothing challenging here. Because when I say oddball, it's not run-of-the-mill for something that I would deem a tropical option that really anybody can enjoy. The violet leaf, I guess, gives it that ozonic, slight aquatic feel to it without it really being all that watery. There's a nice woody backbone to this one. It has a little bit of a solar feel to it. Not really so much a sunscreen type of accord to it, but man, just try this one. You never know. It's definitely different from everything else in your collection. And not different bad, not different challenging. Very much different good. CH Men, Birds of Paradise. Now here's one that's not for everybody. I think it's a fun fragrance. I love it. It will remind you blatantly of a cherry Coke. That's what it's supposed to be. It is Mancera's Tonka Cola. This is in my top 5 from Mancera. I've got about 50 bottles from Mancera at this stage. And this is clear top 5 for me. It's fun. It's black cherry. They're spiced. It kind of gives off the feel of the carbonation of the cherry Coke. You have a literal cola accord. It's a little powdered, if of course sweet. I believe tonka beans what gives it that powdery sweetness. I'm such a fan. Oddly enough, I was talking to my man Kuba this week, and I was watching some of his content and bullshitting with him throughout the week like we randomly do. And I noticed he kind of shit all over this. He doesn't care for it. Just goes to show everybody has different tastes. And that's one of the things for him. It's kind of an oddball, weird fragrance. And that's why one of the reasons he doesn't like it, and an oddball, weird fragrance, is exactly why I like it. Great performance. Cherry Coke in a bottle with powdered sweetness and vibrant, bright spiciness. God, I love it. I love this fragrance. This is for a fun night out. This is, some of you hear me give this example all the time when I say fun night out. Top golf, bowling, going to the movies, just these casual, adventurous nights where it's not a dinner date with your lady. You're just going out, having a good time. Even if it's just stopping at a pub and having a drink, something like that. This will spark a conversation. You're going to smell really good, at least in my opinion, really freaking good. It's just oddball good. Mancera's Tonka Cola. Now here's one that a lot of people would never give a chance to because it's the teddy bear bottle, it's pink, it's got bubblegum in the name, it's Toy 2 bubblegum from Moschino. And a lot of guys would not think to give this the time of day. Well, let me paint you a picture from your childhood for those of you that are around my age. Big League Chew. That kind of bubble gum. Yes, there's cherry blossom, there's peach, there's all these. You look on paper and you're like, oh, girly fragrance. Not touching that. Bullshit. Blowing my whistle, throwing my flag. That is not the case. This is not a super feminine fragrance. You do get some of these elements, more of that cherry smell. And really it doesn't come in until after a little bit because the opening of this is straight up freaking Big League Chew. Pink bubblegum type of stuff. Nothing feminine about that kind of. It's not the over-the-top candied stuff. Now, it does settle into more of this candied sweetness. The Big League Chew effect doesn't stay the entire time, but if you like sweeter candied-like fragrances, Big League Chew bubblegum, as weird as that is to have in a fragrance, if that sounds like something you'd be willing to, try, it's totally worth trying. This is just, again, different good, guys, different good. Because Toy Boy, different good. It's a beautiful masculine floral rose fragrance. Big League Chew. Making my mouth water. It's making me want to chew bubblegum. It does that to me. I picked this up at a TJ Maxx on a whim. I think it's even marketed for women. If I remember correctly, it's not marketed as unisex. But guys, you'd be surprised how many kind of fun experiences you can have in a fragrance when you step outside your comfort zone. And this being one of them. Is this something you're going to want to wear all the time? Probably not. It's not something I reach for all the time. But once in a while, for that just weird, fun experience olfactively, I have stuff like this in my collection specifically for that. Because it does smell great. Big League Chew. I can't get past that. Big League Chew in a bottle. Moschino Toy 2 Bubblegum. One of my favorite luxury niche releases of 2024. Hands down. To me, it smells like mango slices with a nectar cream snowball. Gritti's Mango Aoud. Oh my damn. I don't know if I could if any of you mango lovers, this is a must. You must try this fragrance. So there's coconut milk that I think gives me this nectar cream type of feel. I don't know what to attribute that cooling effect that I get that ties it to even thinking snowball in the first place. But it's totally there. Osmanthus doesn't overtake this fragrance, that earthy floral smell. You don't get a lot of that kind of stuff here. It's not as warm as you would think with amber and such. Vanilla sweetness, but that's the best way I can describe it. I've always felt this way from the first time I smelled it. Mango nectar cream snowball. The oud here is a little medicinal, offers more of a slight funk to the sweetness, if you will. But more medicinal overall, not a real funky, fecal, smoky, not animalic. Like, it's nothing over-the-top challenging type of oud. Very mass appealing, very easy to like, very different from all the other mango-based fragrances in your collection. I've never smelled another fragrance like this. This fragrance made me fall in love with the brand. I now have 4 bottles from this brand and looking to continue to explore beyond the 4 that I have. Gritti just offers some awesome experiences. Has been my experience thus far. Again, must try. Mango nectar cream snowball with a little bit of medicinal oud smell. Not something you're going to come across every day. What an olfactive treat this truly is. And a bona fide oddball of a fragrance. It's Gritti's Mango Aoud. Speaking of 2024 releases that are strange, I was blown away the first time I smelled this. Shout outs to Kalen, long-time channel supporter, channel member, all that. He sent me a bunch of Lorenzo, they're in this box. Lorenzo, I always say it wrong. I say it Pazzaglia, but whatever. However you say his last name. And I tried Sun-Gria. And I then had to own Sun-Gria. Oh my. Okay. Deep, rich red wine and every fruit and citrus you can imagine under the sun, from grapes to different oranges, just you name it. It's probably in this fragrance. Tropical fruits, citruses, pineapple, all the stuff. The note breakdown is wild as shit on this fragrance. It's got this ripened smell because of that red wine accord that you add into the fold that is very prominent. It makes all the fruit have a ripe smell to it. It's such an artistic expression of wine, fruits, citruses, a medley, a smorgasbord. Pick your term. This stuff has it all. This is a must sample. Super unique fragrance. The colors, the label, everything you see is what you're going to smell. It is a busy fragrance. It looks like a busy fragrance when you see the note breakdown. It smells like a busy fragrance for the first hour because there's a whole lot going on. And believe it or not, normally that makes a fragrance lack identity. That is its identity, is this is a busy ass fruit bowl with a nice glass of red wine. I don't know how else to describe it. You just got to get your nose on this fragrance. It's not something that I can really explain verbally to you what it's going to smell like. I'm trying. I'm doing my best, but until you get this on your skin and it hits your nostrils, I don't think you'll truly be able to, one, appreciate the uniqueness of this, and two, understand how remarkable smelling this fragrance actually is. What an oddball, and arguably the best oddball of the bunch here. Another phenomenal 2024 release. This is Sun-Gria. Now this is much more challenging. We're back to mango, but it is not mango nectar cream snowball like Mango Oud. This has kind of got a rotten fruit smell going, the way the oak moss, I think it's oak moss, does in the mango here. It's Mango Manga from Montale. Such an interesting fragrance. It's a guilty pleasure. Like, you can't, the first time I smelled it, I was like, why do I even like this? This smells like something that's not likable. There it is out in the air. I've had Dedrick try this. I've had Chad from A Gentleman's Journey try this. It's remarkably unique. It's a different mango experience. Another two different, wildly different, opposite ends of the spectrum mango oddball fragrances in this video. It does have a rotten fruit smell, a soured, rotten mango smell. And that probably sounds terrible. Like, Ross, why would you like this? Rotten, soured mango? Ugh. No. Try it. With the woods, and I forgot exactly what else is in there. The juiciness of this. It's making my mouth water. What a uniquely attractive. Now, look, the opening can be a little much. You got to get used to it. The first time you smell it, it's go, ooh, ooh, you know? And you give it a minute, and it really starts to open up and settle down and really get into that cedar. That cedar comes to life. It's actually a pretty good cedar note here. You'd be surprised. Then it becomes an addictive thing. The more you spray it, the more you enjoy it. As time goes on, next time you go back to it, you're looking forward to it, and the opening becomes more beautiful than it did the first time you smelled it, where it was like, what the? The first time you smell it. That is not the second time experience, and so on. It just, you acquire the taste for this fragrance, if you will. Oh, that's so lovely. It really is. It's so, and it's already settled down from that rotten, just catch you off guard initial blast. Again, there's no way to describe this honestly without it sounding terrible at first. But you just have to experience it to understand why it's even likable in the first place. What a strange ass fragrance. I took a shot on it, a leap of faith on a blind buy. I knew going into it, it would be something like this. And I was like, I have to experience that. It was like $60 for the 100 ml or something like that. I was like, what the hell? I'll blind buy anything from Pierre Montale around that price. And I'm so glad I did. Is it something I reach for all the time? No. But if you want to stand out, if you want a unique, fruity experience, one of the truest oddballs of the bunch here in this video, Mango Manga from Montale. Last but not least, I truly believe this to be the most challenging of the bunch, the oddest of the fragrances, over the rotten fruit fragrance. Fish eggs, guys. Caviar. With oud and all the green, earthy elements that make it aquatic, fresh, spicy, green, and earthy, but still fresh. Electimuss Black Caviar. I literally acquired this. I had a sample of this. I've had a decant, not a sample, where I had tried it in the past. And I was like, what? That's weird. I like that. One day I'd like to get a bottle. And longtime supporter I haven't seen or heard from in a long time found this out and was like, I have a bottle. It smells like a fish market on me. You can have my bottle. I can't stand it. enter black caviar into the collection, because some of you will feel that way. Some people will feel like this is too fishy smelling because it's literal. Like they really recreated this caviar note. It smells like fish eggs. There's so much charm to this fragrance, though. Oh my god. Did I spray anything over here? I did. That's Toy 2 bubblegum. I got hands exposed. I don't have any more. Screw it. I want to spray it. There it is. Oh my. You have to give this one a shot. It's oddly fresh, spicy green. A little bitter meets sweet. That's so different. It's aromatic and spicy. It's got this aftershave kind of feel to it with fish eggs. I know. What a strange fragrance. This is truly one of the strangest fragrances I've ever smelled that I thoroughly enjoy. Special occasion only. This is a conversation starter. So worth a try. For those of you loving their newer stuff, like Caspian Cherry that I wore yesterday, for example, all of you Imperium and Trajan fans, and Spice Darno's gorgeous if you like spicy sweet fragrances. Yeah. Step outside your comfort zone. Auster, another oud heavy, clove geranium, mainly just like earthy clove geranium. I think oud's in there. But step outside your comfort zone with some of the more artistic and challenging stuff from Electimuss. You'll fall in love with this house. You think their mass appealing stuff will blow you away and is so good and wearable and oh, the compliments? Try stuff like this. Just try it. You may hate it. You may think it's terrible and call me a nutbag for liking this. And that's fine. That's fine. Everybody's got different taste. But God, so unique. So good and so unique. It's been a while since I've sprayed it. This is so good. I did save the most interesting to me for last in this video. It wasn't necessarily ranked. I did kind of ease it in with the designers into the easier to like niche. Onto the last two are by far the most challenging. Rotten fruit and fish eggs. This is so good. If you can find a palette for this, the appreciation for this fragrance will be very vast in your collection, as it is for me. Or you're going to freaking hate it. Super polarizing stuff here. But totally worth a sample. What an oddball this shit really is. This is from Electimuss. Let me get it to focus. Black Caviar. Oh, there's 7 for you. That varying levels of challenge and weirdness, from super easy to like, at least I think so, to super challenging to where you may think I'm wild to like stuff like that. You never know. Nothing safe about any of these, I think, as far as blind buys personally. Some obviously much safer than others. I mean, stuff like this, super safe stuff to me. Even Tonka Cola, I think, super safe. But that's how I feel. You may not feel that way. So the best course of action would be sample first. I'll try to have links in the description. If you want to check any of these out, you don't have to make any purchases to watch my videos. I just appreciate you checking out the video. And with that said, make sure to like, comment, subscribe before you leave. I'll catch you on the next one.